Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive with us. Today we're going to be talking about something pretty interesting, polymaths
Hmm.
in the age of AI. So I got this article, and I thought it'd be cool to get your take on it.
Okay.
It's like, are polymaths a thing of the past, or
Right.
are they making a comeback?
Well, that's a really good question. And the article that you shared really does a nice job, I think, of making the argument that polymaths are even more relevant today
Okay,
than ever before.
okay.
But maybe before we get too far into it,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
it might be good just to define what we mean by polymath.
yeah. So like Leonardo da Vinci,
Let's see,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so like
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin, Tetra,
Tesla.
yeah. So these are all those classic examples that we think of.
Yeah.
And it really is that breadth of knowledge, right? I
Right.
mean, being able to see connections across different disciplines.
Yeah.
And what this article argues is that that's becoming even more important in the age of AI.
Yeah. That's so interesting because, like, my first thought was like, oh, well, AI
Mm.
kind of makes polymaths less important, right?
Yeah.
Because AI is, like, so good at specialization.
Right. It can crunch these massive data sets,
Yeah. Yeah.
hyper focus on certain tasks.
Yeah, and do them way faster than,
Right. Exactly.
like, a human can.
Yeah. So I can totally see why you would think that.
Okay.
But what the article is saying is that while AI might be dominant in these very specialized fields,
Okay.
it's the polymaths that can actually bridge those specializations.
Okay.
They can see the big picture, connect the dots,
Mm-hmm.
understand the broader implications of the AI across, all these different disciplines.
Okay, so I'm starting to get it now.
Yeah.
Like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But how does AI actually, like, empower
Right.
polymath?
Well, so imagine like
Yeah.
a modern day polymath.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Let's say they're interested in both astrophysics
Okay.
and musical composition.
Okay. Yeah, so they could use a tool like, some research platform that's powered by AI to analyze patterns in star formations.
Yeah.
And then use that data to like inform the structure of a symphony.
It's like mind-blowing
Yeah,
when you really think about it.
really cool.
Yeah.
So it's not just like
Yeah.
replacing human intellect. It's
That's
like,
like a tool
Yeah.
that can help them go even further.
right. Okay. Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah. And it's not just, in these creative endeavors, think about like
Okay.
the ethical considerations around AI.
Right.
Like you would want someone who maybe has some expertise in philosophy and law,
Right.
computer science, to be able to kind of help navigate those waters.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because the article talks a lot about
Yeah.
ethics,
Yeah.
with AI. And
It's like front and center.
I feel like a polymath would be like the perfect person to,
Right. They'd be uniquely equipped.
yeah, deal with those challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this need for kind of a multifaceted perspective,
Mm-hmm.
it goes beyond just individuals.
Right.
The article also talks about
Yeah.
polymath companies.
I was going to ask you about that. So what
Uh-huh.
does that even mean?
Yeah, what does it mean for a company to be polymathic?
Yeah, like do they just hire people from different backgrounds?
That's part of it,
Okay.
but it's more than that.
Okay.
It's about really fostering a culture where those different perspectives are valued,
Okay.
where people are encouraged to collaborate across departments,
Mm-hmm.
and where the company as a whole is like really adaptable and open to new ideas.
So it's like a company that's constantly learning and evolving
Exactly. Yeah.
and connecting the dots between different areas of expertise.
Yeah, exactly.
So like a tech company that's also really invested in understanding like the social and ethical implications of their products.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where I think
Yep.
a lot of the competitive advantage lies in this age of AI.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough to just be technologically advanced.
Yeah.
You also have to be able to anticipate the human impact of that technology
Wow.
and then be able to adapt accordingly.
Okay, this is really making me rethink like everything I thought I knew
It's a real mind shift.
about AI and the future of work. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's not just about coding skills or technical expertise.
It's about this mindset
yeah.
of continuous learning adaptability.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and dare I say it, like a touch of Renaissance spirit,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, and that's what I think is so cool about this whole conversation about polymaths
Yeah.
is that it's like challenging us to think differently about the skills that we need
Absolutely.
to be successful in this rapidly changing world.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder, like, okay, so how specifically can AI help us become more polymathic?
Right.
Like, what are the tools
Yeah.
that are available?
That's where I think we should go next.
Yeah, I agree. Let's dive into that.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, we've talked about how AI can like supercharge polymaths,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm curious, can it help the rest of us
Right?
become more polymathic?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's really, I think, what makes this conversation so relevant
Okay.
to everyone, right? Not just the
Right.
outliers.
Yeah.
And the article suggests that, yeah, AI could actually help democratize access to knowledge
Okay.
and make it easier for anyone to explore a wider range of subjects.
So how would that even work?
So imagine AI-powered learning platforms, right?
Okay.
That can personalize your educational journey.
Okay.
So let's say you're really interested in ancient Roman history,
Okay.
but your background is in finance.
Okay.
AI could analyze what you already know
Mm-hmm.
and recommend resources that bridge those two areas,
Like
like
that.
articles on the economics of the Roman Empire or
Wow.
like the financial strategies of Roman emperors.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
It's like having a personal AI tutor
exactly.
who understands your interests.
And helps you connect those dots.
Mm-hmm. And it could even go further,
Okay.
connecting you with other learners who share your interests,
Okay.
creating like virtual study groups,
Wow.
even generating like personalized quizzes
So cool.
to test your understanding.
It's like AI is like breaking down these barriers
Exactly.
between disciplines
Yeah.
and making knowledge way more accessible.
And it's not just about like accumulating facts.
Okay.
It's about really developing those critical thinking skills,
Mm.
encouraging experimentation,
Yeah.
helping people understand how different fields of knowledge intersect and influence each other.
It sounds like AI could be like a really powerful tool for cultivating like the core polymathic qualities.
Exactly.
Curiosity, a thirst for knowledge,
Yeah.
that ability to see connections.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's something we need more than ever
Right.
in today's world.
Yeah.
Think about climate change,
Yeah.
social inequality, technological disruption.
Yeah.
These are problems that don't fit neatly
Right.
into any one discipline.
Yeah, they're so complex.
They require this holistic, interdisciplinary approach.
So are you saying that a more polymathic society
I think so.
would be better equipped to deal with these problems?
Yeah, I mean, imagine a world where people are more comfortable navigating complexity,
Okay.
where they can draw insights from multiple fields of knowledge,
Yeah.
and where they're really open to collaborating with people from diverse backgrounds.
Okay, so that's like the ideal.
Yeah.
But how do we actually get there?
Right, it's one thing to talk about it,
Yeah.
but how do we actually cultivate that kind of mindset on a larger scale?
Yeah.
Well, it's a multifaceted challenge for sure,
Okay.
but I think it starts with education.
Okay.
We need to move away from this siloed approach to learning,
Okay.
where subjects are treated as like these isolated islands of knowledge.
Right.
Instead, we need to encourage students to explore the connections between disciplines,
Okay.
ask big questions, and really think critically about the world around them.
So it's about fostering intellectual curiosity.
Yeah.
Encouraging students to be like explorers of knowledge.
Exactly.
Not just passive recipients of information.
And it's not just about formal education either.
Right.
It's about creating this culture of lifelong learning
Okay.
where people are encouraged to pursue their passions, explore new interests, engage in meaningful conversations with people from different backgrounds.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Like, imagine community centers offering workshops on everything,
Yeah.
from coding to philosophy,
Exactly.
or online platforms that connect people
Yeah.
with mentors and learning resources.
Absolutely. And technology can play a huge role in all of this.
Right?
We've talked about AI-powered learning platforms,
Yeah.
but there are so many other tools that can help people become more polymathic.
Like what?
Think about virtual reality experiences
Okay.
that can transport you to different historical periods.
Yeah.
Or immerse you in like scientific simulations,
That would be cool.
right? Or augmented reality apps
Okay.
that can overlay information and insights onto the physical world around you.
Wow. The possibilities are really endless.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
But I also wonder about the potential downsides.
Right.
Could this emphasis on polymathy lead to people kind of like dabbling in everything,
Right.
but mastering nothing?
Yes, that's a valid concern.
Okay.
And it's important to strike a balance.
Okay.
Polymathy isn't about being a jack of all trades
Okay.
and a master of none.
Okay.
It's about really developing a deep understanding of multiple disciplines
Okay.
and being able to synthesize those insights in a way that's both meaningful and impactful.
So it's not about superficial knowledge.
Yeah.
It's about depth and integration.
Exactly. And I think that's where mentorship and guidance become so crucial.
Okay.
We need to connect aspiring polymaths with experts in different fields
Okay.
who can help them develop that solid foundation of knowledge,
Right.
and guide them towards mastery.
Yeah. So it sounds like we're talking about a shift in mindset,
Mhm.
not just a change in educational methods.
Yeah.
We need to move away from this idea
I agree.
that specialization is the only path to success and embrace like the power
Yeah.
of interdisciplinary thinking.
And I think the article hints at this too,
Okay.
when it talks about the need for polymath companies.
Okay.
It's not just about individuals becoming more polymathic.
Mm-hmm.
It's about creating organizations that value and cultivate
Right.
that kind of mindset.
Which goes back to what we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
About companies fostering a
Mhm.
culture where different perspectives
Yeah.
are welcomed and encouraged.
Yeah, that's a key ingredient
Okay.
in creating a truly polymathic organization.
And it goes beyond just having a diverse workforce, right?
It does. It's about creating systems and structures
Okay.
that encourage cross-departmental collaboration,
Okay.
where people from different backgrounds can come together, share ideas, learn from each other.
So it's about breaking down those silos
Yes.
that often exist
Exactly.
within companies
Yeah.
and creating a more fluid and interconnected
Mhm.
way of working.
Exactly.
Okay.
So imagine a company
Yeah.
where engineers are working alongside designers, marketers, ethicists
Okay.
to develop new products that are not only innovative,
Mm-hmm.
but also socially responsible and user-centered.
That sounds like a recipe for some serious innovation.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And it's not just about product development either.
Okay.
Think about how a polymathic approach could revolutionize other aspects of a company's operations,
Okay.
from strategic planning to marketing to customer service.
So this shift towards polymathy could really have a ripple effect
Yeah.
throughout an entire organization.
Making it more adaptable, innovative,
Mm-hmm.
ultimately more successful.
And probably a more fun place to work, too.
Yeah, I think so. Imagine an environment where you're constantly learning,
Right.
collaborating with brilliant people from different backgrounds,
Yeah.
making a real impact on the world.
That sounds like a dream job.
I think so too. And it's a vision that I think is becoming more and more attainable
Okay.
as AI continues to evolve and create new possibilities
Yeah.
for learning, collaboration, and innovation.
This has been so eye-opening.
Yeah.
It's really challenged my assumptions about the future of work and the skills we need to thrive
Yeah,
in this world that's being shaped by AI.
absolutely.
But before we go too far, I'd love to hear more about like your personal experience with
Okay.
polymathy.
Sure.
The article mentioned your research
Mhm.
at the intersection of AI, ethics, and social justice.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it really is fascinating to hear about how your work like embodies this polymathic spirit, you know?
Yeah,
The article just gave us like a taste of it,
right.
but it sounds like it's so relevant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely an area where the lines between disciplines get really blurry. My work explores how AI can be used to promote social justice,
Okay.
but also how to mitigate the potential biases
Right.
that can be embedded in these systems.
Yeah.
So it really requires a deep understanding, not just of the technology itself,
Right.
but also its ethical and societal implications.
That sounds like a perfect example of how you need that polymathic approach
Yeah.
to really deal with the complexities of AI. You know?
Sure.
It's not just about building algorithms.
It's about understanding the human context
Yeah.
in which those algorithms will operate.
Exactly. And that's why I think, polymaths have such a crucial role to play
I agree.
in shaping the future of AI.
Yeah.
They're the ones who can bridge the gap
I think
between the technical and the human, between innovation and responsibility.
Yeah, and the article really touched on this idea
Okay.
that AI has the potential to amplify both the best
Okay.
and the worst aspects of humanity. And I think polymaths, with their broad understanding of history, ethics, human behavior,
Yeah.
they're really uniquely equipped to ensure that AI is used as a force for good.
I agree.
Yeah, so we need individuals who can anticipate the unintended consequences of AI,
Right.
who can identify potential biases,
Okay.
who can advocate for ethical guidelines and regulations.
It's almost like we need like a new breed of polymath, specifically focus on
Yeah.
the ethical and societal implications of AI.
Yeah.
Individuals who can really help guide us toward a future where technology serves humanity
I love that.
rather than the other way around.
I think that's a brilliant insight.
And I imagine, this new kind of polymathy
Yeah.
wouldn't just be confined to
Right.
academia or research labs, right?
Yeah. It would need to be everywhere.
We'd need these people
Yeah.
in government, in business.
In all sectors of society.
Yeah, in education. In
Absolutely.
all sectors of society.
And I think we're already starting to see, glimmers of this new breed of polymath emerging.
Okay, like who?
Think about the entrepreneurs who are developing AI-powered tools for social good,
Okay.
or the artists who are using AI to explore new forms of creative expression, or activists who are leveraging AI to advocate for social change.
Yeah, it's exciting to see those examples
It is.
emerging.
Yeah, it gives me hope
Yeah.
that we can really harness the power of AI in a way that benefits all of humanity.
Me too.
Yeah.
And this is kind of where I feel like our conversation comes full circle.
Okay.
Remember that initial question we posed?
Yeah.
Are polymaths just a historical relic?
Oh.
Or are they really relevant in our tech-driven world?
Yeah. And it seemed like such a simple question at the time,
Yeah, it did.
but this deep dive has revealed
So many layers.
so many layers of complexity.
What do you think the answer is?
Well, I think it's clear now that polymaths are not only relevant,
Okay.
they're essential.
Yeah.
They're the bridge builders.
The dot connectors.
The dot connector.
The people who can help us navigate these uncharted waters of the AI age.
Exactly.
So it's not really a question of whether polymaths will make a comeback.
Right.
It's a question of how we can cultivate and empower
Yes.
the polymathic spirit
Beautifully said.
within ourselves and within our society as a whole.
And that's really what I hope listeners take away from this deep dive.
Yeah.